Okay, so in the last video, we talked about how to lock in your categories. If you've not seen that video yet, I would recommend starting there before moving into this video that's on listing your services. You can find that other video on Google Business Profile categories on our channel. But now let's move into talking about your services. So, once you have these categories locked in correctly, in the last video, I told you that if you were trying to figure this out for the first time and wanting to figure out what categories and services to list, that you need to be in Google Chrome browser and that you need to install the plugin GMB Everywhere. I'll just show you really quick. If you're in Google Chrome, go to gmbeverywhere.com, install Chrome extension, and then once that's installed, now whenever you go to a local search like here, let me back up a little bit. Web Design Springfield, Missouri. You're going to see these other little things pop up. All right. So what we want to click on here is Category Finder. So you need to be in Google Chrome. You need to have this GMB Everywhere extension installed. And then now you make a search like this, Web Design Springfield, Mo. So what you're looking for is whatever's relevant to your business. If I'm a plumber in Houston, Texas, I'm going to say plumber, Houston, Texas. And I'm going to look at my top couple of competitors here is what's going to pop up with the map pack. And then I'm going to go find one of these and click on Category Finder. That's going to open up GMB Everywhere with the category listed and then related categories under that. But what we're looking for right now is related services. Okay. Now, in the last video, I talked about selecting the categories that are most relevant and actually appropriate to be on your Google business profile. So again, if you haven't gotten that part, you're definitely going to need that done before you move into what I'm talking about right now. But right now, we've got website designer. And if I go back to our profile, you can see we also have marketing agency, web hosting company, and internet marketing service. So what you need to do is in your category finder, you're going to want to go and plug those in as well. So I've selected all the categories that I've already gone through and found were relevant and added to my Google business profile. Now I'm going to have a related services down here at the bottom. And I want to click on view more, starting with my primary category. And this is the one you don't want to skimp on any of these. These are just suggestions based on what GMB Everywhere has found as commonly listed on Google business profiles across the web. So that doesn't mean that you don't offer something that's not listed here. And if you do, Google business profile allows you to add custom services. What I want you to do is go through, and you can copy all of these out of here and go plug them into a spreadsheet or a Word doc or whatever. But what you need to do is go through here and find every single relevant service that you offer, and then even think a little bit further than that. If this is a relevant service that I offer, what are other related services to that maybe aren't listed here? And what you need to do is go into the back end of your Google business profile over into Edit Services right here. And then you want to list every single one of those services. And again, if it's something that's not already in there, I think I might have already mentioned this on here, but Google Business Profile setup part or process usually adds a few recommended services in here. So you might have some in here and they may not even be relevant to you. You can click on one and delete it if you want to by clicking delete service right here. But in most cases, you're keeping the ones that are there, but when Google recommends one to you, it's just going to have the service name here and it's not going to have any description in this box. What you need to do is first start by using the category finder tool, but then going to the related services section and under each category, find every single relevant service. And then think through any services that you offer that are not listed in these relevant services. And then on your profile, you're going to go through here and add the service. So you will see ones that are listed here as common ones or ones that they recommend, or you can click on add a custom service and you type in the name. Then you hit save. After you've saved a service, then you've got the option to add this description to it. So you also can put a price on here if you want to. You don't have to, but this is something that is obviously going to take a long time for you to go through here and list every service under each category and then put in a keyword-rich description. On your keyword rich descriptions, what you want to do, and feel free if you want to use AI to help you create these descriptions using ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or whatever you use, that's fine. But I would make sure that you either tell the AI to make sure that it's human sounding, that if it was ran through an AI detector, it would not come across as being highly likely that it was AI written, or, and even better, just write them yourself. And think about the things that your customers or prospects would be searching that are interested in your services and plug those things into these descriptions. When Google receives a localized search, so I go on and say, I need a water heater replacement, and they show me the top 3 plumbers in my area, they are basing that off of a number of things, right? Like the proximity, like how close that business is to you, how relevant and authoritative they are on your specific search. But when they're doing that, they're finding that out by looking at your website, your Google business profile, and a number of different things across the web. And one of those things is, do you have a service that's relevant to the thing that they're searching for? And does your description match and make it sound like your service is specific to that thing that they're looking for right now? So, if you're very thorough and you take your time and you have the right categories listed, again, that's where we start, and is honestly even more important than the services, is making sure that your categories are locked in correctly here. But if you have the right categories selected here and you take your time and thoroughly check over this and add every single relevant service and then a service description for it, you are going to make yourself much more likely than your competitors that have not done that work at showing up in searches that are related to these things that you're offering. So, hope that helps. Take your time. Don't feel like this is something that you have to do in 1 or 2 days. If you have a team or take the time yourself and can do it, then it's great to do that. Go and knock it out in a day or two. But if not, if you can come in here every week and add a couple more services, add a couple more service descriptions with those, and just keep on building, in time, it's going to pay dividends back for that time that you've invested. So I hope that helps, and I will catch you in the next video.